Welcome back. Episode 12. 13, I'm sorry. Empty Pockets
13?
Pod. 13. Football season is coming close to an end. Very sad. Christmas time, Christmas week, a lot of big games, a lot of exciting games, a lot of time to watch football with your family. But a lot of good games this week. Very, very excited. Bad week for me last week, betting-wise. And unfortunately, I was the only one to not hit a lock last week. My first time this year being the only one. I have a forfeit that we'll talk about later. We're doubling some stuff down, so we'll talk about that later when we get into the picks. But locks this week, everyone hit. Everyone's 1-0 except me. I went 0-1, so I'm sitting at 6-6. Gage took the lead with 7-5. Cam's now tied with me at 6-6, and Billy's at 7-5. Also,
Riding them Lions, baby.
we have, if you noticed, we have Cole here instead of Cam.
Hi,
Cam
Cole.
got a last minute hot date. So Cole was at the watch party with us. I don't know who's going out on a Wednesday night this late for Cameron, but props to him, I guess. I mean, I've never heard of her until right now, so we'll see if it's a real thing. But
neither has he.
yeah. Guys,
Billy got the wife beater on.
Guy is down tremendously on a Wednesday night at 9:30. He's got work in the morning too. So, right? Are you guys off tomorrow?
Nah, he's off.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, props. Hey, props to him. Props. I went 1-1. Gage 0-2. Cam 0-2. Billy 1-1. So I'm 13-11 at the top. Billy's now second place, believe it or not, at 12-12, and then Cam and Gage are both at 11-13. Game picks, I fell. I took first place last week, or second place to Cam, but Cam's still at first at 105 and 101. Then Gage and I are tied at 102 and 74. Billy's still riding the bottom at 97 and 79. Bottom feeder.
Whoa!
What's going on, bro?
Brothers.
What's up, Dimer?
We got a guest. We got a guest tonight. Ant is the parlay machine. Always getting good picks. It's Gage's buddy. You can introduce him, Gage. But
yeah. This is Dimer. I'll let him introduce himself. He be smacking some lays. We rode one during the live watch party. We were close. But he's gonna come on here, give us some insights. He does a lot of NBA too. We aren't much like we watch NBA, but we're not as good in that category. So, but he'll give us some insight on that.
Is it?
Yeah, the NBA hurt me last night, big time. Had I don't know if Gage told you guys about that. I went for glory on the Ja Morant return game.
Yeah.
And took some 8-legger for 10 to win 770 something.
Yeah.
Everything smacked. I had Ja Morant for 35. He hits a buzzer for 34 at the end.
Oh,
OT sealed it.
man.
OT sealed it. My heart ripped right out of my chest.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's horrible. I mean, you've been hitting some nice lays. We've been riding some with Ant. That Gage has been. When Gage decides to tell us, he sometimes
we needed that. We needed that hit on the Bills. Dude, Josh Allen screwed us all.
Yeah, he fucked us.
Well, him and Kincaid.
Well, look, Kincaid dropped that one off to the sideline, but it was a bad throw. He overthrew him. He threw it to Kincaid in that final drive like 3 times and couldn't get one completed. They're all bad passes.
With Kincaid now, too. Knox is back. Kincaid got 2 targets and 0 receptions last week. I was trying to ride something on him last week, thinking that he'd still, the line was shorter because of Knox back. But, I mean, he was, I don't know. I hope that he's still, he's a good tight end, so.
Yeah, he is a great tight end. They use him. They were using him for a lot. I mean, if Knox is back, it's definitely going to shorten his lines, but. I mean, look, the tight end game in the NFL this year is better than I think I've ever seen it.
100. I completely agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. The tight end game is insane. Guys like Hawkinson, Kincaid, Cole
was that.
Kmet, Jake Ferguson. These guys are killing it.
I mean, it was so Kelsey. It was basically Kelsey's game
Kelsey.
for
Yeah.
how many years now, and finally this year he's finally. I mean, he's like tight end 3 on the year in like fantasy or points or whatever, and behind Hawkinson and some of those
Laporta's
other guys.
And
Laporta
with 3 touchdowns the other night.
The rookie class is awesome too. The Packers got Kraft and Musgrave.
We got Kraft, and Musgrave. They're great.
And then I think the Hudson guy in Cincy, isn't he a rookie? Or is he a couple years in? Tanner Hudson?
Yeah, dude, you know who I kind of like on the Packers is DeGuara.
Yeah.
I liked him. When Musgrave, was that week 2 that he got the concussion? Or was it week 3?
Week 3, I think,
yeah, week 3. And he came in. He looked good, honestly.
And he's been a guy there for a
deep
while.
Tight end.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
We have 3 really great working, and Kraft is now really.
Yeah.
Kraft really moved in now with his kidney laceration or whatever happened to him. Kraft has been balling. I mean, he likes to hit too. He likes to get physical. He's not the guy he'll lower his shoulder like a tight end should. So
the whole receiving core for Green Bay is kind of coming along. To be honest with you, if you can piece those together, it's kind of tough to get a read on who's going to do what. But Jaden Reed,
and Wicks
Wicks went crazy last week, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's got the second or third highest yards after catch in the NFL right now.
That's
who's got the most, right?
Rasheed,
Tyreek, and then Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, I knew Rasheed was up there. That whole class last year, wide receivers, tight ends, all that. They're balling, man. It's fun to watch. Packers being the youngest team right now too is pretty exciting for me because I've been so used to glory over the last couple of years of just like we're always in it, with Aaron Rodgers, and now this year with Love, it's kind of like that lull. But Love's really showing up. He's having a great year.
I told Garrett like a few days ago, I think Packers are probably the winners of that division next year. Them and the Lions.
I agree with you.
I'm surprised about their last 2 losses. Those both really surprised me. Baker, I mean, of course Baker wanted to show up. I mean, I don't know. I've seen the stats that they projected him with, or they had him this year. Seen one of these deals. It was all
him
these
and Tom
stats.
Brady.
QB1, and I seen one. It was him and Jalen Hurts. Well, first of all, Jalen's not having any kind of record notable year, so I don't know why they're comparing him. But the second QB with a slightly better numbers was Baker Mayfield. Like, that's not really saying much, and that also doesn't mean anything. Like, Baker is Baker.
And the Packers are having, I mean, with Jair still out, I don't know what's going on with him. He deleted like all of his Packer shit on Instagram. He's kind of being a drama queen right now. I think it has to do with Joe Barry, and we have to get him out. He's the issue. We had Devondre Campbell, our linebacker, covering Chris Godwin all week last week. Baker Mayfield
and Godwin had a hell of a night.
Baker Mayfield was the first quarterback that came into Lambeau to have a perfect passer rating in the history of Lambeau.
Really? I didn't know
Baker Mayfield. And the fact that Barry is on such a long leash because he's friends with Matt LaFleur is fucking bullshit. After the last 2 weeks of him just shitting the bed, having Tommy DeVito just piece all over us, and then having Baker Mayfield, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah, old
exciting year
though.
It is. It's exciting. I mean, there's a lot I could say, but it's.
That's like some Bob Sutton shit, dude. Before we got Spags, we had Bob Sutton. And bro, he'd have Justin Houston in coverage and shit, and we'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
dude, we had Preston. We have memes all over Twitter of Preston Smith out covering best receiver. I mean, it's stupid. He's a rushing quarterback guy. I mean, I don't know. Who's your team, Ant?
Oh, go Birds!
Birds?
Yeah.
Oh,
Birds
man.
Guy. Oh, not looking too good right now. And you know what's crazy? My barber is a Giants fan, so I was wrapped in a Giants bib getting my hair cut earlier. He let me hear it. I mean, I don't know why he's got the balls to say anything to me. with that
Right.
team. They're lucky they got the Italian Stallion doing what he's doing the last couple weeks. I mean, hell, last week they didn't do shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
He
team
got
is
hurt
a
though, didn't he?
They got murked up. Yeah,
well, and they
he
just
did get
paid Danny
shaken up.
Dimes too, so I don't know how
Yeah.
that contract works, but it's not.
160 mil.
I feel like they're gonna have a lot of dead space in that.
Oh,
Hey, I
the
see
football's been stressing me out these last couple weeks.
Billy's really glaring at Ant right now. Like he's after he heard he was a Birds fan, he's like fucking he's
Yeah,
glaring, man.
I know we got we got a Cowgirls fan, and now it's, I can't say that. I can't say that honestly. You guys whooped us up. I mean, I can't say that. So it is what it is. Wait, who wrote the little under? Whose under bet was that in the hoops world? Yeah, I like it. Dude, like I'll tell you right now, the unders. That's a hairy ball play right there, man.
It is.
You're riding an under, man. Oh shit, dude. The unders. I can't. I think as like a because my number one, like I love football, but my number one sport that like I like to watch and go to is basketball. So as a basketball fan, an unders bet is so tough for me because I want to enjoy the game and I don't want to root every time
That's
Derek
what I'm
White
saying.
misses a three.
That's what we always
We've
say to
we've
Cameron.
been
But it's
talking
tough.
about. Yeah, we've been talking
It's,
about it all year.
they're good
You
bets
root for the.
though.
Yeah, they are. They've been hitting a
They
lot
are.
this year in
These
football.
guys, yeah. These guys missed. I had a crazy 3-point parlay that I put in. I made it in like 2 minutes. It was like 5 to win $2,000. It damn near hit. Max Struess, he only made 5 threes. He made 5 threes. That's all he made all night. That's all he made. And I
Yeah,
took him for
yeah.
4. It was insane. But Jalen Brunson, 9 for 9, 50 points the other night. Last 2 nights has been kind of not really there. So it's just like the unders bets are good. I'm sweating a Kings Celtics bet right now that started out hot as magma. So
Mhm.
we're looking all right. I put something. I tried to get something together for basketball tomorrow night, but nothing was out. I mean, I think with basketball, it's so tough. Like you got to put them in a sweet spot. Even player prop parlays and 11 game nights. When you have like a big slate and you have a ton of games all the way down to 10:30 at night,
Yeah,
it's kind of tough to get them all in because you got to get them in right before the 7 o'clock games start
yeah,
because you got unlike football, you know who's going to play, right? Come Thursday, you know who's playing. And with basketball, it's up till 10 minutes before they update the lineup. You got half the roster as a game time decision.
yeah.
Yeah, so it gets tough with those. I mean, but worst case is your leg gets voided. But and who knows? I mean, it's never the guy that doesn't suck. There's always that one guy that just can't hit a shot. It's never that guy that gets voided, though. I guess.
I'm going to a Bucks game tomorrow, so
Buck
yeah
Bucks.
Bucks yeah. So
Oh,
any lays on that
oh yeah. I like a big night out of Giannis. I think at home he goes. I mean, he's Giannis first of all, but I think I don't know what his over is set at, but I'd say take the over on it. If they put it at like 32.5, take it. And because I like guys like him and Luca, I like taking their overs. I hate fucking with the alternates and shit.
yeah,
But Luca's was 36.5 tonight. 36.5.
it's
That's
crazy.
huge. And
Yeah,
he's not really having a good night, to be honest. I think he had 21 at half, and I was watching up until almost the end of the third, and he still had 21. So I don't know, but Dame just came off a huge night.
yep,
40 points, 7 threes, I think, or something.
yeah.
I,
He
you can see
demolished.
the rhythm. Yeah, you can see the rhythm with those guys is they usually have each other's backs. I don't see Giannis going under 30 tomorrow.
Love it.
That's my take. The only problem is that might not be a great. If you're gonna put that in a 7 leg parlay, that will work. But I also think Malik Beasley's gonna have a good shooting night. He's been off a little bit. I think he'll snap back in because he's been torching this year. He's having a breakout year. So
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
like that.
I like it.
Yeah,
I will ride
I
that.
got my Giannis jersey hanging up in the closet.
I got a Dame. I got a Giannis, but then I got a Dame this year just because he came over
Yeah,
to us. So I'm
yeah.
pretty jacked up for that. I'll be breaking
What
it
a
out tomorrow.
Giannis has been like one of my favorite players in the league since probably his like second year in the league or something. When me and Gage's buddy Cole said my dog looked like him, and I didn't know who he was, right? So he was telling me, he's like, "Dude, you know who Athena looks like?" He's like, because my dog's like real long and lanky,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, this young dude that plays for the Bucks, or this guy that plays for the Bucks, I can't pronounce his name. And I remember this clear as day. I'm like, are you talking about Luke and Bahamute? Because he played there forever around that
Yeah.
time. And he's like, nah, that ain't it. And he showed me him, and I'm like, wait, this kid's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
You know, the rest is history for that dude, man. He's crazy. Me and Gage watched the game 7 of the finals at where were we at? We watched it when they beat the Suns. We
Yep.
were all out.
Yeah, I was out that night too. I was down near Milwaukee that night.
Yeah, is
I
it
can't
pretty
remember
nice
where
over
we
there?
Oh, it's so fun. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been a Bucks fan for a long time. It's been nice now. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
lot of years of just shit. So
Hey, I was right there with you. I was right there with you with the Sixers,
yep,
man. We had a terrible. We're still struggling. It's almost worse because we know we have the talent and we have the ability. The last 5 years,
well, Ben
we've
Simmons
had the
fucked you.
ability. Yeah, Ben Simmons fucked us. So we'll skip a couple years in the middle there, but the year the Raptors won, that was our year, man. That was
Yeah,
our year, and it just hurts every
100%.
day. Even now, I honestly think we're better off without Beard. I thought we didn't have a chance. I thought not tank by any means, but just develop the team chemistry, play through, get better. Everybody get better, Joel included.
Yep,
This year, accept that we're not making it this year, and get ready for next year when we get rid of Toby's monstrous contract and
yep,
we're ready to sign damn near anybody next year. But with Beard being gone, we're insane. I just watched Joel put up 50 points again. He just
yeah.
had 51 and 12. The most 40 or more and 10 games in a row since Wilt Chamberlain.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Yes,
crazy. I mean, he's a
insane.
beast. He flops like a
Yeah,
motherfucker, but he's a beast.
yeah, yeah. I mean, hell, that's just part of the game at this point.
Oh,
I'm glad.
it really
I
is.
honestly am glad. I'm glad that they put that new rule this year.
Yep,
The
me
flopping
too.
call, I do like it because you see people get them, and they're warranted when they're given. So, but
So
what's that?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with that though, like the best players in the league are always going to get their free throws. You know,
Yep.
and even Joel should be shooting more than he is. I mean, how this is, especially as a Bucks fan, and me as a Giannis fan, watching him every step of his career. Sometimes the refs don't ref the game; they ref the size,
Oh, 100%.
and that's clear as
100%.
shit. And Joel being the biggest guy on the floor at any given time against any team, he don't get the calls he deserves. And
Yeah.
with Giannis
Well,
being as strong as he is, just because his arm's getting hit, his arm's getting hit. I don't care if it didn't do nothing to him. His arm's getting hit.
no,
End of the line.
I agree. It's being a Giannis fan, yeah, especially and Embiid just like that. I mean, Giannis, he's such a big guy, muscular guy that
Yeah.
he don't get nearly as many calls as he should.
Yeah.
At least the last couple years. I mean, he did
Yeah,
his
no.
first year. He kind of buffed up. He was getting a lot of calls, and with this whole free throw shit that everyone
he just got that. He just got a 10-second call last night too.
He did it the other night too. Yeah.
Yeah, he just got it. I think it might have been the other night. I remember it was either last night or the other night, whatever. I'm like, when you watch him shoot free throw, it's unbelievable. He needs to just chop that in half.
I can't
Because
believe
I think
he
he's
still
thinking
hasn't
too
fixed
much.
it. Yeah,
I
can't believe he still
that.
hasn't fixed it.
Yeah, and I say that, dude. If this guy shows up at like one of these years, the next few years, if this dude shows up shooting a 38% clip or 37, 36 even, like consistent three, and he's taking 5, 6 a game, it's wrap it up, put it in a box, put it in the mailbox. It's over. It's done.
I have a question for you. Before we get into your lays that you have for us, do you have an NBA Finals preview for us, just off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I do, and I'll give you a hot one.
I love it.
I'll give you a hot one. So I've been saying this, and I don't know what it's looking like at the exact moment, but I have the Mavericks coming out of the West.
Wow.
The West is up for grabs. I mean, this is the first time since I would assume we're all similar in age that we've all been alive that the West is not the superior conference.
Yep.
And not to mention, not only that, not only is it inferior to the East right now, but it is so up in the air of who's going to do it. And if Luka, with the help he has now with guys like Grant Williams, Tim Hardaway, clear cut 6 man of the year, playing out of his mind, guys like Dante Exum as role players, Derek Lively coming into out of nowhere, and Kyrie, that is a they could absolutely come out of the West with the Nuggets not looking nearly like the team they were last year. The Warriors they're gone. They're dead and done. I mean, I guess you can never count out Curry, but look, it's and then the Suns not being able to be healthy. I got the Mavericks coming out of the West.
I mean, the Suns are in like 10th place or something right now.
Yeah, they're terrible. They played 2 games. They have 3 have played 2 games together all year. I went to the Sixers Suns game when they in September or no oh shit, when was that? It was early in the year.
Yeah.
It was one of the early home games. I went and Beal and Book didn't play. So I mean,
yeah.
it was what it was. We stomped them out, so I was happy with it. And I was like
It'd
6
be hard
rows
to
from
get your
the
chemistry going if you don't play all year together, you know?
yeah, and it's a shame too because D Book is playing a phenomenal role at point guard.
Yeah.
He's this new point guard role. I mean, dude, the guy's giving like 10 assists a game. He's in the 8s, 9s, and 10s, which is enormous for a team with that kind of firepower. So it's a shame that they can't stay healthy because that would be a big time play for them. I mean,
You like the
but
Thunder this year?
I love the Thunder this year.
Me
Here's
too,
my
bro.
problem with I have a problem with the Thunder though, and it kind of goes to
Is it the
I mean,
child
this is
sex allegations of Josh Giddey?
yeah, it could be that. It very well could be that. No, it's look, Shea is a monster,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. I like to put Giannis in the category with LeBron's of the world because nobody can do what this guy can do. Now with that guy,
I
and
like
it's
you
just
so
in
much.
terms, and that's just in terms of him being like you can't like you cannot compare somebody to LeBron. You can't compare somebody to Giannis. And this guy was able to be the superstar on his team. And what couldn't he do?
Yeah.
Shoot threes. And unfortunately, Shea is not him. He's not Giannis. He is amazing. He's a phenomenal player. I literally love everything about him. But you can't attempt 2 threes a game as the superstar on your team. You're attempting to. If you even just shoot 6 and make 2, you are opening up the floor for 7'4" Chet and Lou Dort and Josh Giddey, who also likes to get around the rim.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey, he
Man,
also likes to get
they're
around
going to
some
be
other
if they
things.
can keep them together, that's going to be a squad.
Yeah. But listen, Shea and look, New Orleans has the same problem with Bi. Yeah, he only takes turnaround faders. Like that's great. You can put up 34 points a game, but when it comes down to a finals and these
Clutch,
playoff
yeah.
moments,
Yeah.
you need a 3. And unless you're Giannis, you're not getting it done because it's the same issue with Ben Simmons. The fact that he didn't shoot them was why we struggled so much.
Yep.
Because why would they give you any respect down there? And what happens to Joel? He gets clusterfucked down there.
Yeah, 100%. You need to be opening up the lanes
Yep.
for your big guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not to mention, I don't understand why he wouldn't want to shoot him because what else is it going to do? With his speed too, like and his length and his stride, it's going to open the floor for himself when they come out on him. He's going to blow right by him. He can finish in any way around the rim.
I
So
like that. I like that. I never
that's
thought
my
about
only
that as much.
problem.
Who's
Yeah,
coming out the
that's
East?
the East. Now that's where we get a little tough. I mean,
The East is stacked.
yeah, the East is stacked. You know what's crazy? They're not really playing that great, but you never want to count Jimmy Butler out in the playoff time because for some reason the Heat catch heat come May. It's insane. But
I mean,
if we're talking realistically,
he single-handedly killed the Bucks last year.
yes, single-handedly smacked them, and I was upsetting for even me to watch because I knew
Yeah.
we weren't doing anything. But it's. I mean, the favorite's Boston. We know that. But here's my thing. I think that so Philly matches up probably better with uh Milwaukee, right? Because we have Joel down there. But when you look at Tatum with the big wings with JT and JB, and if Kristaps can stay healthy, that's another. We're talking about a completely different team with Kristaps healthy, in my opinion. So, I mean, if you're going to count him being healthy, the matchup to me is it's going to have to. It's man, that's going to be tough. I want to give the edge to the Bucks, and I want to be unbiased as I can, but I just think it's his Dame. It's written in the stars, like it's Dame's time. Like he's going,
It
and
has to
Giannis
be,
is his
right?
chariot.
Yeah.
I
Giannis
like
is his
that.
chariot,
I
It
like
has to
that.
be.
and
It's it's a Cinderella story
yeah,
Dame finally breaking off to build his team to make it
that's it.
to get his chip. I
It,
mean, it
it's
needs to
it's been
happen.
in the making. It's been in the works for years. This guy
Yeah.
didn't want to leave. He's loyal to the game. He's loyal to the Blazers, and he didn't want to go anywhere. He was supposed to come to Philly, and he
Yeah.
said, "I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah.
And I think it just became too much for him. And him going there, and we're not going to call him going to some super team. He went to Giannis's team. That's what he did. He didn't go to a
Yep.
super team. You got Chris Middleton as a half a star all star. I like Chris Middleton, but he's
Yeah.
not. He was
He ain't been
not a
playing.
real all star, man, and he's been not really great this year. I get iffy taking him for over 11 and a half. That's the sweet spot for me for him, and I take a lot of Bucks games. So most Bucks games I have a parlay, and so I mean it when you with Malik Beasley, I just think, to be honest, I think that overall, I think Milwaukee has more firepower because Derek White isn't going to be able to do those things all the time. Other than that, Drew Holiday has not looked nearly as good as he did in Milwaukee,
No,
offensively and
yeah,
defensively,
yeah. He looks.
defensively.
Well, the thing too, he had a much bigger role in Milwaukee too than,
Yeah,
than
Yeah.
he
he did.
does in Boston,
Yeah,
and
and that's true. They give Derek White more shots than they do Drew Holiday.
and Derek White's been popping lately.
Yes,
I mean,
he's a bounce around guy though. At the end of the day,
me and Gage
I
got
think he
confused.
knows
We were
that.
watching a Celtics game and we saw him with the bald head, and Gage was like, "Is that Derek
Yeah,
White?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"Is it?" Yeah,
He
like
was getting made fun of so much he had to cut it off.
yeah.
They were drilling him all off season last year.
So you have Bucks Mavs, is that it?
Yeah, I think
And
it's
then
Bucks Mavs.
Bucks to win it or what?
Um, if okay, if the Mavericks role players shoot like they're supposed to, I think it would be really tough, and it goes to 6 or 7, because I think the only team in the league with as much firepower from three as the Sixers is the Mavericks.
I agree.
That's the
Yeah.
only team. That's the only team. The Sixers are the best three-point shooting team in the league, and the
And
only
Lucas
person close
Lucas probably one of
is
the
Mavericks.
clutchest players
Yeah,
in the league.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
but we
that.
gotta let
That's
Dame ride off into the sunset with a ring,
we
though, right?
do. Look, you know what's crazy is, look, if it came down to that, right? My team's, I gotta root for somebody.
Yeah.
I have to go with Giannis, and I am a Lucas simp, man. Like this guy is crazy. You can't not like him.
I know
Raise your hand if you don't like Derrick Rose. You can't. If you're gonna do that, he's just like Derrick Rose. Nobody doesn't like Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
You
guy's just
can't
a
not
genuine
like
dude.
Luka.
Guys talking
Yeah,
about drinking a beer right after playing,
yeah,
putting up 50 points. It's like,
yeah. And everyone respects him. I just
yeah,
seen he just hit one earlier tonight. He hit one in James Harden's eye, and James just smacked him on the ass. He ran by and shook his head. Like games respects game, man. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta love that
Let
kid, man. He's insane.
we gotta get on into our picks. Let's hear what your lay is, Dimer.
Oh yeah, Dimer's got
Dimers,
something. I cooked something up. I
Dimers,
cooked
Dimers.
dime.
something up.
Let's hear that.
Look, I took a look at the spread. We got a pretty decently high spread at 47.5, I think it was. I think a side piece, I think
You're talking about
maybe the
Thursday
under.
night, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Thursday
You
night.
I
Yeah.
mean
think
point? You mean
I think
Points.
the total. I'm sorry. It's 47 and a half. I think it
46
was.
and
I
a
think
half.
the under
46 and a half.
46 and a half.
Yep.
I think the under will go. I mean, look, we're looking at a really bad overall defense out of the Rams and a mid-level offense out of the Saints. But getting down to what I think is the play that for tomorrow night. Look, okay, so you got this man, this myth, this legend, Kyron Williams, who's been breaking. I mean, this guy's. I've never seen an over at 90.5 before for rushing
It's
yards. I've never
crazy.
seen
Yeah,
that
it's
before.
crazy.
And guess what? I took it and it hit. So last week, and guess what? I'm doing it again at 89.5. I'm taking the over on that.
Let's go.
I'm taking the over on that. After that, there's one man in this game that I really like. He showed up today for practice. Derek Carr has been the first time he hasn't been on the injury report, right? I like Taysom Hill. Now, I think we're getting it in early. These lines are short. His rushing over is 6.5.
Wow.
Or 7. I mean, his receiving is 6.5. His rushing is 18.5. I like them both.
Both of them.
Yeah, yes. He went through something last week. He didn't do anything. I think he bounces right back into his go gadget mode, and using them all over the field. 6.5 receiving over Taysom Hill and 18.5 rushing. That's a sneak. That's a sneak. That's a sniff
That
out
is a
right there.
sneak.
I like
That's a
that.
sneak right there. Other than that, look, I mean, with the Kyron Williams too. So, if I'm not mistaken, the Saints have a bottom 10 rushing defense in the league. However, I know
Their pass defense is like
there's
top 10.
yes, it's top 10. However, I do like Matt Stafford for 250. I think they're going to piece him apart a little bit. I do think that he will get to the 250 mark. I don't know the receiver as far as receiving goes. What I liked the most was Higbee over 24.5 and 3 receptions. I think that, it with their D-backs being, their pass defense overall being good, I think that Higbee's going to get several looks.
He's been more used too in the last couple weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. I really like that. And the Rams, look, they struggle defensively. Like they really don't. And Alvin Kamara has been under 50 yards twice this year, maybe. He hasn't been under 50 since I don't know, like 6 weeks or 4 weeks or something like that. His
Yeah.
over under is 52.5. I took the 50 because the odds were there. But I like the over on 52.5 as well. I took the 50. I think we go with that just to be safe. I
So,
mean,
so let me see where we're at here. So we're at 89.5 over on Kyron Williams.
yep.
Taysom Hill receiving and rushing over. Stafford 250 over.
Mm-hmm.
And Higbee over yards and receptions, or just receptions?
I did. Yeah, 3 receptions and 24.5 over. Yep.
Okay. So Higbee 24.5 over and 3 catches, and then 50 yards for Kamara.
Yep. I
Oh
get
my.
over here on the FanDuel side. We got 10 to cash out 608.
Love that. Absolutely love
Love it.
that. You have
Yeah.
anything for Olave's game? This game he could break 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's true. And I seen his over was
I
in
didn't
the
look at.
50s. I think it was 56 or something like that. I thought it was like 56. I could be dyslexic though. It could have been 65. But I
He needs
do
he needs
I
82 yards to hit 1,000.
yeah, I like those things when it comes to running backs and quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and I like those things in basketball. But with the receiver, there's so much that goes into it for them to force him the ball. I do like his over at 56, especially because I like um, I don't like their defense, the Rams. So I definitely think he could get it. I mean, there could be something in there. I'm trying to keep the lay under 8 legs. I'm not too good at doing that. So, um, some things got to cut. I hate taking an 8-legger, and sometimes I do it, and sometimes they hit, but it usually gets like that. Look, if you take 6 props and 2 tutties, let's call that a 6-leg. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you throw the. You know what I've been doing, guys? Too. Yo, there might be something to this. Hear me out. You know how like as many lays as I've hit basketball and football, but football mainly as many as I have been hitting it as of late. The only most of the time when I miss, it's every leg hits except the touchdowns. So I've been taking them twice. I've been taking them 10 on the lay, 5 reuse the selections, 5 on the lay, add a couple of touchdowns in there. Can
Yeah.
you imagine if it hits with the touchdowns? You're hitting it twice, man, with the
Yeah.
touchdowns. I know it's some degenerate ass shit, but I look, I got some play around going on, so I've been doing it, and and as far as touchdowns, I kind of like Taysom Hill if he's going to be back. They use these gadget plays where in the red zone, and
Yeah, before he got a little banged up, he was. I mean,
he
they
was
were.
getting touchdowns. I really
Yeah,
like Taysom Hill anytime
he was
this
like
week.
top 5 fantasy tight end too. I
Yeah,
mean, he was getting all sorts
yeah.
of work.
It's hard to put your finger on the on who's going to get in tomorrow for the Rams, just because I'm pretty sure they have a decent red zone defense. The Saints, like I think
Well,
it's
you got a
like
lot of
middle
options on the
pack.
Rams. You got
I
Puka, you
know that's
got
the
Williams,
thing.
you got Cup, you got Higbee. You got a lot of options when it comes to the Rams.
Yeah, it's really tough to put your finger on it. I took Puka last week. It didn't pan out. And that, oh yeah, that was one of them. That was the only thing that didn't hit. It was the only thing that didn't hit was a Puka touchdown.
Fucking Puka.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. That's a good lay. Um, Ant, thank you, bro. We're gonna
yeah,
have
no
to
problem.
Dime or
Dude,
Ant, however you want to be called. Thank you. We'll have to have you on
Dimer's
more,
dime.
dude.
Yeah, dimers dimes.
Gage was saying you got a long driving trip ahead of you tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
I'm heading out to Missouri. I got an 18-hour drive at 6 in the morning.
oh man, good luck.
Yeah, ain't nothing. Appreciate you guys. Look,
Yeah,
appreciate having you on. Thanks for
Hey,
having me on,
thanks for
guys.
coming on. We'll have
yeah.
you on
Thanks,
Yeah,
more
buddy.
often.
no
Basketball
problem,
season's
guys.
coming up, dude. We're gonna
Yeah,
have you on quite a bit. So,
yeah, absolutely. We're gonna make some money, folks. We're gonna make some money, boys. I'm telling you. I'm telling
Let's
you.
go.
Let's just ride them out. I'm looking forward to riding this bet tomorrow with you guys.
thanks, buddy.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to you
All right,
later.
brother. See ya.
I love that.
Love that. That
I
was
love
awesome.
that. That was
Love that.
great. That was great. That was a great little NBA
Man,
preview.
I'm telling you, that guy, he's into it, man. He's into it right now, and he's
He's
hot.
on a hot streak for sure.
He's hot, but as you can see, why, man? I mean, he's rattling that stuff off. He's paying attention. I think that's what it takes is just a lot of time spent digging into the last 5, 6, 7 games and really pinpointing it. He does a good job at
That or just flipping a coin.
it. That too.
Yeah. Great lay though. Thanks, Ant. We're gonna kind of pepper through these just because it's already getting late. We're
Yeah.
already 40 minutes into the pod, so
Yep.
we're gonna pepper through the picks. Thursday night, Saints Rams.
You awake, boys?
Chilling.
I agree with what he's saying. Kyron Williams has been an absolute beast. I'm slamming the Rams at home at their favored 4s, so I'm slamming the spread.
Same. I think enough was said about that. I agree. It's Rams -4. It was close to being my lock. I mean, that's probably my second favorite game of the week right there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Billy.
Little push pick. Rams money line,
Push
A little
pick. I love
cop
it.
out.
And Cole, just so you know, Cam gave us no warning this week of him being gone up until the night before. So everything that you pick will go on Cameron's record.
We'll go
on
to
next
Cam's
week.
record.
That's lock. That's everything. So
I think the over on points because, like you said earlier, both their defenses are dog shit.
yeah,
And
I
it's going over.
I like it. I think
I
his
like it.
under he
Cole's first pick on the pod.
an over. Slam it.
over,
It's
baby.
40.
Let's go.
We just said 46 and a half.
Yeah.
Saturday, we got 3 games on Saturday, or 2 games on Saturday. I'm sorry, this
Hold
week.
on, let me flip through this fucking 30-page report that Billy had to print off for me. So
Saturday
those
this
of you who
week.
don't know, Billy prints off my slate every week for me. We work together, and this week he had to make it a big fat essay, big fat report. So got a lot of pages to flip.
There's information. There's good information underneath those games. You should read up on.
I doubt it, but Saturday night, Bengals at Steelers. I'm still loving the Bengals here. I've been riding them a lot this year. T. Higgins showed out. Jake Browning, I don't know if anyone saw that catch that T. Higgins had for the touchdown where he caught the ball back here falling out of bounds and he leans over his right hand to cross the end zone line. Disgusting. I've been saying for the last couple of years, T. Higgins needs to be more involved. This year it was kind of a slow start for him. I think their whole offense is kind of slow start. I think he'd fit great with Carolina. I do, but or the Chiefs. I think he'd fit great anywhere. He'd be a wide receiver 1 in most teams, which is pretty cool. So,
Rice, baby.
So I'm slamming the Bengals. That their spread's their favorite -2. So I'm slamming the Bengals spread here too. Steelers are just kind of for me. I don't know. Every year they somehow go 500, so it's more looking like the Steelers should win here. But I don't know. I like the Bengals. I'm riding their high.
So the Steelers managed to get to 7-7, like we all just
all knew they would. Yeah.
Every year they always do, right? Mike Tomlin, regardless, is going to be in the mix. I'm going Pittsburgh here. I think the Bengals are riding like what, a 3-4 game win streak. I mean, I think Pittsburgh's going to end that. They are starting Mason Rudolph. If Kenny Pickett can't go, I think regardless they win. I do like Mason Rudolph. And I like the Pittsburgh defense. I think they're just going to get they're feisty, and they need a win, man. That Colts loss on what was that, Saturday? That was brutal. That was just an ugly game.
I mean, anyone's better than Trubisky, so
yeah, no shit. So yeah, I'm rolling Pittsburgh in this one, and they burned me a couple times, but I'm gonna keep riding them. We'll see.
Bengals -2.
Damn, I love it. Billy, we wrote a lot last week, and we both did bad last week. So
yeah,
we gotta it's a get right week for the both of us. You have beat up some wives.
Was dinner, boys.
Cole, what you got?
I thought Browning's performance was a fluke.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We all did. He did it again.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Steelers QB room is ass. Doesn't matter who's on the field. My second career pick is a lock. Lock of the week.
Oh, love it.
Bengals -2.
I love it. And he's riding the spread not like a pussy. Love it. You got some balls. I love it. Going into Pittsburgh.
Chance to kill the lay on a Saturday.
No, I love it. Chance to go into Sunday with the first lay. Bills Chargers next game. Bills are favored -12. Huge. Huge. I mean, I don't know. I think you have to ride the Bills with this. I think you have to. The Chargers suck. What do they have? Easton Stick is their quarterback playing.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler, we said it last week, looking like a former, looking like nothing as he's ever been. I mean, he looks terrible. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
I don't know why you had to bring his name up. I didn't even want to talk about him.
I mean, he's horrible this year. He's horrible. The whole Chargers team is horrible. They fired Brandon Staley finally. But I mean that team's just a dumpster fire mess. You have to ride the Bills spread here, I think.
Bill Belichick. Yeah, that's where he's going there.
I'd
say Bill Belichick's going there. I saw a deal today. Maybe John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh might get a shot there. A lot of people think he's staying in college. I really think he's going pro because I think there's going to be more investigation in the offseason into that shit, and I think he's going to have to. I think he's going to have to jump ship.
That's what I was worried about with the whole investigation thing. He might just say fuck it and take that opportunity in pro that he's.
Especially if he can win it. He's got a shot to win the Natty.
Yeah.
If he wins the Natty, his job's done. His job's done at Michigan. So you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to take Buffalo I'm going to take the spread. But in all hopes, I made it to the Final Four in me and Garrett's fantasy league, and Eckler was my first round pick, and he's been fucking garbage. I got in at 6-8 in sixth place, and I managed to pull out a huge dub last week. And
James Cook.
typically when there's a coaching change, they let these players like go off. So I'm really hoping maybe Eckler has a big week here. Really need it. But yeah, let's get to that final two, baby.
Just to really quickly add on that, I won the league last year. It's our big $100 league. I won the winner takes all. I won it last year. This year I'm in the bottom 4, and 2 of the guys that are also in the bottom 4 weren't at our draft party that we had. So it's between me and another guy that has to do the forfeit because we were the only 2 there that are in the bottom 4. So I need to win the next 2 weeks. I need to. Otherwise, I will be our forfeit is standing outside with some sort of sign, and someone was saying wearing a dress, some bullshit. So it's something I refuse. I will have to do it if I lose. I'm not a bitch, but I need a couple of dubs this week. That's
one thing about the crew. We do own up to our bets. And we do pull through. So
we'll get more into that the next game. So,
yeah.
Billy, who you got?
I'm also rocking the spread in the Bills' favor. It's a high spread, but we always try away from the high spreads, and they always hit anyway. So.
I think you have to. The Bills are riding on such a high.
Yeah, they fucked on the Cowboys. So.
I'm taking the over on points. Chargers
what is
got 63 on their head top. Fire their head coach. That should light a fire under them. The Bills like to have shootout games. I think it's going to be high scoring.
I like that. That 30. It's 43.5, and the Chargers did just get shit stomped by an average Raiders team. So yeah. And the Bills have been putting up some major points. So I like that over quite a bit. Going into Sunday, and this is what I'm talking about. I was the only lock that didn't hit last week. So I'm doubling down this week, picking my team, the Packers money line, to beat Carolina for my lock of the week. And if I lose, I have to shave the stash. And the stash is something that is my manhood. It is what makes me me. So big consequences here.
I'm so confident down on your team.
The Packers need to win out to have a 95% chance to make the playoffs. They have the Panthers, the Vikings, and the Bears coming up. Should be theoretically it should be. I mean,
that Bears game at the end will probably be a little tough, but you should win them.
That's the game that scares me the most. But we need to win out. We need to beat this Panthers team that's kind of riding a bit of a their defense is good. They're a scrappy team. They play well together. Bryce Young's kind of, fitting into his mold more, I guess. I mean, a lot of people have written him off already, but I think you got to let him play, play for a year or two. Cole's a big Panthers fan, so. But yeah, I'm riding Packers money line for my lock of the week. Needs to hit. Absolutely needs to hit. New game on Sunday in Carolina. Lock of the week, Gage.
I'm rolling Packers.
Yes.
I'm going to take the spread in this one. I think they're going to show some people what's up.
I'm too scared.
Carolina snuck away with a dub last week against Atlanta.
That's what I'm
in a 9-7 ball game. And they do Panthers typically do play people close. They got a good run defense.
The Panthers were due and they won it. So now they're no longer due.
Right. Now they're no longer due. I feel like it's kind of a get right for Green Bay. They'll get in there and kind of get things rolling into the playoffs.
Joe Barry game. If the Packers lose this game and make Bryce Young look like an all-star that he's not.
If Bryce Young puts up more than 14.
If Joe Barry is still our defensive coordinator on Monday, if we lose that game due to the defense, I will probably no longer be a Packers fan. So, anyways, Billy.
I'm rocking Packers money line.
Fuck yes.
A little safer line. -5's kind of crazy.
Money line. I want to throw a quick stat out there.
Fuck.
Bryce Young has tied for the most game-winning touchdown drives. Both of our wins, they've both been game-winning touchdown drives.
Please don't scare me. Please don't scare me.
I think they're at 3 wins now, ain't they?
No, there are 2.
Now 2. Yeah, 2.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
That's
trash.
horrible.
I'm taking the under. It's a low under. We got the number 3 defense in the league.
36.5.
Our offense is the 32nd ranked offense. If we had something even mid on offense, we would be so much better than we are. But yeah.
Advice to the Panthers coaches: just throw the ball to whoever Devondre Campbell is out in coverage with. I mean, he's a fucking linebacker.
If he's covering. Yeah, if he's covering, throw it to him.
Thank you for at least not all going. I looked at something earlier, and everyone in some ESPN shit, they all took the Packers for this game, and it just scared the living shit out of me. Coming off a high of those 3 good wins back to back into 2 just horrible losses in games you should have won. I mean, I love this team right now. I love the young team. I'm just scared. So there's high ceiling but low floor. So
yeah,
Seahawks, Titans. Go ahead.
So it reminds me of Houston, kind of. They're with Stroud. They're still figuring out. They're still figuring out how to. They're great. Like, they got a good team. It's just they're still figuring out how to win those close games. And the great teams, they just.
That's a good compliment, Gage. I appreciate that. Yeah. Houston looks good this year. Seahawks, Titans. There's a stat of Derrick Henry. What, he carried the ball like. I want to look up the
9
the
times,
players.
0 yards.
I mean, it was.
I played him in fantasy. That's how I got that dub.
I mean, it was insane what happened last week. I mean, he was completely stuffed up, couldn't get anything going. I mean, just horrible. And it's Tractor Cedo season, dude. What's going on? I mean, I had him for a touchdown in one of my lays, just didn't even get close.
I've changed it. I've changed the name to Checo season.
Yeah, that was bad.
Checo season, baby. He's back. He's been out for 2 weeks.
Can you chill till we get to your team?
It's Checo season.
I'm taking the Seahawks. This game I love. This game would have been my other lock. Seahawks minus 2.5. They're going to Tennessee. They just came off a huge dub against the Eagles on Monday night. I'm loving the Seahawks. I think the Titans put up another stinker.
Yeah, I'm rolling Hawks as well. Like the spread, it was, like I said, close to my lock. Another team that always finds a way to sneak in, kind of like the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, Pete Carroll, similar in coaching ranks probably. I really like the Seahawks in this game. Again, Titans, really young team, don't have. The O-line's really not there, and I think
clearly.
Will Levis has his up and down games. He's going to be a little, I think he's the guy there. I still think he's just.
He got hurt though, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's good. I think he's playing.
I remember
seeing it. It looked brutal, bro. It looked like he was like.
I saw a tweet of him getting hurt, and then they switched the camera over to Tannehill, and he cracked a smile.
Shit.
So, I guess if he's back, either way, the only way they get going is if he feeds Hopkins the ball, which he didn't
Hopkins
do
and
too
Henry,
much.
you got to feed him.
So, what do you guys got?
I'm rocking Seahawks minus 2.5 as well. Yeah, not much to it. Fucking, I will say this: I was 13-1 in fantasy. And I had Dak, Bijan, Derrick Henry, and I lost. So let's just say that.
Wow.
That's tough.
That's fucking brutal.
That's tough.
Again, 13-1, but he was trading like third string receivers for Bijan at the beginning of the year off of people that didn't even know fantasy. So
I already have Bijan, son.
Okay. Cole, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks spread. There's not much there.
You have to, kind of. I think you have to in this game.
That's a super low spread to me.
I agree with you, especially.
Yeah, I figured it'd be bigger, especially the Seahawks have been playing well, even in the losses within the last, whatever.
It seems like it's too
well.
easy to pick that something's gonna happen here. So
we'll Vegas
see.
knows something we don't.
Colts, Falcons put up a fucking stinker last week. I mean, against the Panthers, they looked horrible. No one can
flip through my novel.
If you looked at the opportunities that Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London got last week, I'm pretty sure Algier had more than all three of them combined for opportunities with football, which we've been hitting on this all year long. Arthur Smith is a horrible head coach. He needs to get out of there. Fuck Arthur Smith. He's a piece of shit. He looks fatter and fatter every time they show him on TV. But the Colts need to win this. I mean, they need to win this. They're close in their division with the Saints and the Bucks. I mean, this is kind of a must-win for
Falcons,
them.
you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, got to go Falcons here. It's a pick 'em, I think. So, I'm Ryan Falcons.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Artie Smith's trash, but I think that he pulls this one out because
At
they're
home,
they're fighting for that spot, and I want to go Colts, man, because they've just been rallying in the way they played against Pittsburgh. But if you just look at the level of, I feel like just talent, the talent, I gotta go Falcons. It's just there's not much there. Zach Moss is banged up too.
JT's back this week, isn't
Who?
Jonathan
Taylor?
Taylor. Is he? I don't know. I didn't see anything about that.
Okay, he might be. Maybe that's the trick there. I didn't think he was.
I thought he was out longer, but he could be. I don't know.
I'm gonna double check on that. I was kind of thinking about that, but I don't know. I got Falcons, but I this game's a pick 'em. I mean, it's straight up. I've got Falcons just because they need the dub, and that's always such a race. And I feel like at the end of the year here, Artie will probably pick up that win to hang on to his job just another week longer.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. They got a lot. I mean, they have a better talent on the team. I would say, but Billy, who do you got?
Shout out Archibald. I'm going Colts money line.
All right, I like
it.
it.
Jonathan Taylor is playing.
Okay.
Shit, that makes a huge
difference.
difference.
Might be playing too.
But I'll go with my gut. We'll just go Falcons.
Yeah, I'm riding it still with you.
I have Colts money line.
You and Billy. Billy, are you writing down all of Cole's?
I just can't imagine the Colts being at 9-6, bro. That's my thing. They're 8-6 right now.
No, I can't. Browns, Texans. Texans pulled off a real good dub last week.
Insane.
Down to the wire.
Did not expect that.
No,
did not expect that.
No, it was a great game to watch last week. They, like I said, down to the wire. Browns have a great defense, but they've been looking kind of worse and worse each week. I don't know. Is Stroud back or who's quarterback there now?
Stroud should be back.
I thought he didn't practice again.
I would assume he's back, but maybe not.
If Stroud's back, I don't know if Nico Collins is getting fully healthy yet or not. I know they have Noah Brown. He was banged up. He's healthy now. I don't know. I love this Texans team. I'm taking their spread. They're dogs at home at 2.5. So I'm riding with the Texans at home. Gager.
I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm rolling with the. I think it depends on Stroud's playing, but I'm rolling.
Yeah, me too.
I'm rolling with the Browns. Flacco and them got them playing ball, and they're in contention as well. Defense is playing good ball. They came back.
If Stroud doesn't play, I'm on the Browns.
Pretty sure they were down. I'm kind of the same way. I'm pretty sure they were down 17-7 last week, and the Browns came back and won in the fourth or something. So, yeah, just the defense keeps them in the game. I like the Browns in this one, especially if Stroud doesn't play. If he does play, it's a fucking toss-up.
That was also against the Bears, though, so you can't give them too much credit.
Bears have been playing good football, though.
For 3 quarters.
Yeah. Billy?
I'm going to rock the over, 40.5.
All right. Easy enough. Cole, what do you got?
I have Texans if Stroud plays. The Browns' defense is, in my opinion, has been slowing down a little bit. They've been giving up more big plays. I mean, giving up that much to the Bears. I mean, they're not what they were.
I agree with you.
At the beginning of the year. But obviously, if Stroud doesn't play, I'm probably riding Browns.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement there then. Besides Billy. Taking points. Pussy. Commanders at Jets. Jets favored -3. I mean, the Jets offense, didn't they put up another
We got
0-point game last week?
full fucking slate.
Yeah,
this
how are
week.
They wasn't it like 30-0 or something against the Dolphins? They got
Yeah.
absolutely shit stomped. Zach Wilson had a concussion and then played through it, and I guess his mom put on Instagram saying some shit about he was starting to get dizzy, and that's why he went out. I don't know. That team, again, another dumpster fire. Aaron Rodgers is not playing this year for sure. Now that they're out of playoff contention, I don't blame him.
Yet they threw him on the active roster and got someone lost their job. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so they pulled him up to their active roster so he can practice.
Yeah.
So they had to release their fullback or cut their fullback or whatever.
That's hilarious. That sucks for him.
I know,
Fuck
right?
Rodgers for that. Selfish.
For real, homie.
Who are you going in this one, Garrett?
I was gonna say it's the best defense against the worst offense. I believe is the stat. It's like I don't know. I think the defense wins this game. I think I'm going with Jets here. I think you have to. I think they can if Breece Hall gets involved enough at home. I mean, I'm riding the money line with him though. I don't. If anything, it's a close game. I doubt there's a lot of points. The over-under's 36.5.
Yeah, this game's a fucking pick 'em, dude. I don't fucking know. They're both head coaches are kind of fighting for their job. I see a lot of reports of Saleh maybe leaving. I don't see that happening. I see them giving him a shot with Rodgers, but I don't know. Rivera's guys really aren't playing for him. I don't know if you've seen some of those clips. They're just, I don't know. Washington's just really not playing. I think Bieniemy's probably going to get that job. They're going to promote Bieniemy from OC to head coach. Could be wrong there. Because
I like that. I agree.
Obviously, if there's something in-house wrong, then maybe that's not the place to go is to OC. But I don't know. I'm gonna go Jets here. I fucking ride them all the time.
Me too.
Last week I picked them to cover. They fucking didn't cover. I like their defense, and I think that they are a good team and they kind of rally together. Maybe it's the Hard Knocks. I was
just gonna say we're still so high off the Hard Knocks this last season.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go Jets. It's a pick 'em though.
Terrible offense, good defense. Under, so the under 36.
All right, I like it.
I think with the Jets getting eliminated, they're not going to be as gritty and trying as hard as what they would be. And I saw that the Commanders didn't know what QB they were playing this week. So
yeah, Brissett or
Howell might need to go out there and ball. So I'm taking Commanders money line.
I like that.
Not a bad pick.
I didn't see that with the QBs. Did Howell get hurt or he just got benched?
I think he got benched.
Yards last week, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
he got what?
Yeah, he got benched. Brissett came in and I think actually put him back in the game. I mean, I don't know, scored some points. I don't think
I didn't watch the game last week with the Commanders, so I don't know.
I saw Brissett's one drive, he had more passing yards than Howell did the whole game.
That's crazy because Howell was kind of their guy there, I thought. I mean, he was looking. He has some of the most highest pass yards this year.
He was leading the league in passing yards at one point.
Yeah. So
he slowed down. He's got to
figure it out. He's still young too, so there's a lot to work with there. I think he'll be their guy going forward. Still, you can change some of the mistakes that he'd be making, but Lions Vikings next game, divisional game. Vikings need this dub. Lions need this dub. Lions look like they're back on their high, I would say, after last week. They looked good last week against the Broncos. I mean, they put up 42 against the Broncos on a good Broncos team. I think I rode the Broncos last week. So Lions probably all the way back. I'm loving them here against the Vikings. I need the Vikings to lose, too. I'd rather the Vikings just keep losing so the Packers definitely make it in. Just to watch them one more week, you know? Not saying they're going to do anything, but... So I'm taking the Lions spread -3.5, so...
Cock-a-doodle fucking do, baby! Big cock lock of the week. We're going Lions again. 4 straight weeks. I'm 2-1 in the last 3 weeks with them. I'm
So
gonna
2
ride
and
it.
2.
I'm 2-1. This will be the 4th week.
Okay.
Make it 3-1. I'm gonna ride him again. I like the pick. I don't think he didn't really impress me a whole lot. Mullins, whatever you want to call him. And I think the Lions, like you said, are all the way back. So they fucking spanked the Donkeys. I love seeing that. Nothing like seeing the fucking Broncos get their ass beat. So
Billy, who you got
Yeah, you got spread money.
for your lock?
spread.
I love it.
I'm going money line.
For the Lions?
Yeah.
You are a bitch. Cole, who do you got?
Well, I don't know. It's at Minnesota. It's a divisional game. They kept it close last week. I'm just taking the Lions money line. I'm not taking. It could be a field goal game. You don't know these type of games.
That must just be the bitch couch.
It's a comfy couch.
Hey, I've been taking the spread.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, I was gonna say it's like we still have Cam here because it's been a lot of over unders for most of the picks. So
That's me, bro.
It's like Cam never left.
Yeah, Jags Bucks. Jags are. I mean, again, I think this is a pick 'em. Jags going over to Tampa Bay. I mean, Baker doesn't do that any other defense. He won't do that again with a perfect passer rating all year long. It was a fluke game for Baker. Fuck the Bucks. Jags are winning this game. Jags. I mean, who did they play last week? I'm sorry. It's getting late.
The Ravens. They
lost
goose
bad
head
to the Ravens. They scored 7, but But Jags need to win this. Jags need to get right. I'm riding with the Jags. Maybe it's just because how much I fucking hate the Bucks after last week, but riding the Jags. Money line.
I thought I sent you something, didn't I? A stat between either way. Saw a stat line between Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones, and they're really similar. Either way, that's just like I don't know. I don't know why I'm doubting my pick, but I picked Jags money line.
Last thing Gage sent me was these 2 robots fucking in sex ed. So.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Who'd you say?
The Jags. Jags money line.
Okay. Billy, who you got?
Well, Vic,
We need to rapid fire through these. It's getting late.
I'm gonna rock the over 42.5.
All right, over 42.
Yeah, it is a pick 'em and Bucks again fighting for that playoff spot, but I think the Jags are kind of fighting for it too. They're down to 8. I think they're 8-6 now. So.
Yeah, they are.
I'm riding Jags money line. I think this is kind of disrespectful to the Jags, to be honest.
I agree with you. I think they're a better team.
Yeah,
slightly.
Better team. It's just because they're traveling.
Baker.
Yeah, fuck Baker. Cards Bears.
Fuck,
This
another
game
doozy.
too.
Tough one.
I mean, the Bears are favored -4.5 at home. The Bears have been playing well, like Cole said, for 3 quarters. But I like the Cardinals to cover here. I think that they go to what? You don't love it? I think Kyler's been doing a lot.
Dude, this is a pick'em game for me. Kyler's been playing really well, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not with the Cardinals spread, so.
Yeah, for what he's working with, I think the Cardinals have been playing phenomenal. That Gannon's obviously doing something right. I thought he was a goofball, but he's obviously doing something right down there. To be able to be competitive in these games and really not have a squad at all.
He is a goofball too.
Yeah, straight up. But I'm gonna go Bears money line. I think they have just a little bit more firepower out there between DJ Moore and a couple of the running backs, Cole Kmet. The defense has been playing pretty good ball. They gave up the 2 at the end of the game last week, but they lose to the Browns. But I don't know. The team's playing for. I don't think Eberflus is a good coach, but the team is playing really well for him. They're responding to him, and the team wants Justin Fields. So to keep Justin Fields, they need to win.
Yeah, DJ Moore even said something about that.
Yeah, DJ Moore said he's better than any quarterback coming out. Why would you start over? A lot of the other players are supporting him as well. So I'm gonna go Bears here. They're fighting for their team, but I'm just
I
gonna
think
take
he's
the
a
money line.
fucking bum, and he has been running for shit this year. He's a fucking bum. He's a good running
I
back.
think it's
That's it.
coaching. I think he's got a lot of the tools. I think it's coaching. I don't think
He's a
Eberflus is
fucking
the guy.
bum. Billy, who do you got?
What I get? I have that over
All right.
43.5 on this thing.
Billy
Ooh,
running with these
43.
over-unders.
That's a high over.
He's like got Cam in spirit too, like right,
Yeah,
like
I
there
know,
with
I
him,
know.
like
Oh, what do
whispering
you
in his
got?
ear, like
Well,
Following
take the
that,
under,
following that,
take the under.
the under.
Of course he does. It is like Cam
Listen,
right there. Of
listen.
course he does.
The Bears defense has
Cowboys.
been playing. The Bears defense has been playing, and their offense sucks. So it's going over. It's going under.
Yeah, I like it. No, I like it a lot. Cowboys Dolphins. I hate this game.
Me too.
Dolphins haven't beat anybody good. Cowboys are riding on a high. They're looking good, but they also have their issues. So this game's going to be the Zin flip. I didn't pick anybody. I'm going off the Zin. Cowboys are heads. Dolphins are tails. It's heads. I got to go Cowboys.
Well, Garrett, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I hate betting on the Cowboys, and anytime I do, it
Me too.
fucks
Me
me.
too. Me too.
Again,
Every time.
last week, underdogs got a little fucking greedy, thought it was okay.
Yep,
Fucked me.
fucked us.
So I really want to take Miami here, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys just for the fact that I don't see them losing. They are a good football team, and it's a wake up call. Every once in a while, you get smacked in the face. When you're a good team, we see it with the Chiefs, we see it with the Eagles, we see it with the Niners. I mean, the Niners lost 3 in a row. Every once in a while, you got to check yourself, and I see the Cowboys checking themselves. They're going into a warm stadium. They're going to play, and we all know that the Dolphins typically don't play good against good teams.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Rolling Cowboys here.
I like it.
That's my logic.
Billy.
Cowboys money line.
Love it. That's what I'm riding.
We knew that.
Cool.
I had Cowboys money line, but the more I look at the over under, I'm taking the under. 51
What
and
is
a half.
it?
So high. That's
That is
These are two pretty explosive teams, though.
That's a fucking
those don't ever work out that way.
We have a stinker of a Monday night game, or a Sunday night game, I'm sorry. Pats at Broncos. Broncos looked pretty bad last week. It was 17 they put up against the Lions.
27-17.
They couldn't stop them whatsoever. Lions kind of just had their way with them. Pats are a good defense too. I mean, the Patriots are a good defense, underrated good defense. Their offense sucks. I mean, their offense is terrible, but I think that the Patriots, they're 6.5 dogs. I think they cover the spread here. I'm riding with the Patriots spread. I don't know why, but I have it written down. I'm riding the Pat spread.
Yeah, I'm going to go something similar. I'm just going to take the Broncos money line here, kind of a bailout pick. I don't see them beating them by that much, but I do see the Broncos winning. Pat's not the best team, but they are going to Denver. So I'm going to go Broncos money line.
Millie?
I did not realize there's 3 fucking Monday games. What the fuck? Since when? Is that the first year? Is this the first year they're doing that?
I don't know.
Gotta be.
It's Christmas. It's the Christmas games.
Oh, Monday's Christmas.
Yeah, Monday's Christmas. Yep.
Where's the Santa hat? Garrett?
I wore it last week. I didn't want to have to break it out again. I kind of preemptively did it last week, and the Packers lost, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna touch it again. Billy.
That's a really tough game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and rock that over 34.5.
Damn. All right. The bailouts tonight.
I'm riding with you, Garrett. I'm taking the Pats to cover.
Yeah, I like that.
Way too good. Hopefully they score a couple points one of these weeks.
I'm thinking so. They're due for some.
Yeah,
with how well they've been playing, they are. First Monday game, Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Noon game, Raiders at Chiefs. Chiefs favored -10 at home, which scares me. A lot. The Raiders just put up 63 points on their own. I don't know if I had the Raiders circled for them to cover, but I keep getting screwed on teams to cover these high spreads. So I'm just going to say fuck it for my Christmas gift to you, Gage. The Chiefs are win this game
I
by
have been
14.
talking real sweet on the Packers lately.
You have. I like it. And except last week, you're kind of rubbing it in my face a little bit. But
I mean, I had to after you guys beat us, so it's only fair.
what's so funny? Cam's not there, so it's just another dude to... What's so funny? Yeah, you're on a podcast. You have to say what you're laughing about.
If you want my picks, keep rolling. I'm ready to roll.
Gage.
I'm going to take the spread, boys.
Oh.
We saw what we did to them last time. It's the fucking Raiders. I'm fucking done with the Raiders. Yeah, they had a good week last week, but we're going to bring them back down to reality. Check them. We're going to check them.
Yeah.
Check time. Checo season, like I said.
Billy.
Starting to realize, looking down at my paper, I really love some points this week. I'm rocking the over 41.5.
You're fucking crazy. Did you even have any picks up until right now?
Yes, I did. We picked them. I just now realized, starting to look back, I have a whole lot of fucking over.
Yeah.
Cole.
Jumping off of that, I'm also taking the over on this.
That's crazy. All right.
Two more left, boys.
Cam and Billy show.
Yeah, fuck the Chiefs. Chiefs steal coins, bro.
It's a divisional game.
Giants, Eagles for the 3:30 game. Kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
Can DeVito still do it against this Eagles team that's looking eh? I mean, the Eagles are 12-point favorites, which is kind of another big spread.
Fat favorites.
Divisional game. I mean, usually the Eagles kind of smoke them. So I don't know. I'm going with the Giants to cover, maybe just because of how much I hate the Eagles. But actually, fuck it. This is another Zim flip. Eagles heads. I'm going with the Giants. Yeah, I'm going with the Giants cover. It was tails.
I'm going Eagles to cover. I think it's their get right game. They got to prove a little. There's a lot of hate going out right now towards the Eagles, and they're going to prove everybody wrong this week. So, shout out to Dimer was on the pod. Go Birds.
Fuck the Birds. Billy.
Good reasons. Fuck the Eagles. They're about to lose a game. We're rocking Giants plus 12 though, just to be safe.
I'm also taking the Giants spread. I saw stuff that said teams are starting to figure the Eagles out, and it's true.
I saw.
Yeah,
did you see? Did
exactly
you see McCaffrey?
when you say that, they're going to come out and AJ Brown's going to have fucking.
Did you see
200
McCaffrey
on
on the?
Jalen Hurts asked for fucking 2 tutties.
You see McCaffrey on the Peyton cast calling out exactly what they are going to do word for word, and they were all kind of saying their offense is so one dimensional, and when it doesn't work,
throw deep and something.
I
else.
agree.
And then tush push.
But that gives them all the reason to change their play calls, right? And they're dude, and a lot of teams are very conservative until it comes to.
They're bums. They're fake.
Go Birds.
They fired their offense coordinator, went somewhere else after last year, and they just haven't looked the same, right?
No, their OC and Gannon was their DC, and Steichen in Indy, or Spiken. He was their OC, so yes, they both left.
That's what I'm saying. Their OC left, and their offense hasn't looked the same since.
No, but
on the Eagles.
Did he?
He had Hurts to throw a pick with like 5 minutes left, and he chucked it through a pick, and then
I had DK Metcalf's yards,
and he didn't get it until that very last drive.
That's hilarious. That's the fucking best when you're sweating it out right there, and it
you
hits.
gotta love that.
He was up, walking back and forth.
Ravens at 49ers to close out Christmas. 7:15 game should be a baller game. Quick stat, and I'm gonna ride with this. The Dogs on Monday Night Football since Week 10 are 7-0. 7-0 on Dogs on Monday Night Football. The Ravens are a perfect team to come in here and upset the 49ers. I'm riding the Ravens spread because I'm kind of a pussy. They're 5.5 underdogs. I need to get right, dude. I keep losing, so I'm riding the Ravens spread.
You know, I think, like you said, they are 7-0. The dogs are. But what a perfect week to change that. I'm going Niners money line.
You're
It's
such
got to
a
break
bitch.
at some point, right?
The money line?
You're a bitch too.
I am.
I'm big balls in
I
this. What's the line?
It's 5.5.
45 and a half now?
Oh, I didn't see the
46
points.
Man, damn, you're going to end it with another over-under, Billy? You pussy.
Yeah, not only am I ending my lock of the week, waiting all the way to the slate, final game of the week, over 46 and a half.
Wow. It kind of scares me that you had to look up what the score or what the points were to put your lock of the week
in front of them, so I had to look.
Cole, what do you got?
I'm riding with you again, Garrett. I got Ravens to cover.
I like it.
They keep every game close, if not win every game. So it's.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I like that. Yeah,
they kind of play to the level of a team, I think, because they even play bad teams close sometimes, where they'll play good teams and bad teams close.
They're like
so
the Chiefs.
That's probably your best value.
The Chiefs lose a lot, so they're not like the Chiefs.
Props. Prop hunt quick. We're gonna roll through these. My props, I'm riding for the second week in a row, hit both weeks. I'm hitting Jaden Reed over in yards. I don't have the line yet, but whatever his line is, he's been targeted more and more each week. He's kind of their go-to guy in Green Bay. So Jaden Reed over in yards, and Debo to score a tutty. Debo's been hot. They've been feeding him the ball. I'm loving it. Debo to score a tutty.
So, I have. You guys know I'm
Kelsey
torn
touchdown.
between a few. I wrote down a few. I'm torn between a few, but we're gonna go. Actually, Billy, you go ahead and go, bud. You go ahead and go. I gotta lock mine in.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do right here right now.
You're
I wrote
writing
down a
it
few.
down
I'm
as
just-
we're talking, Billy.
No,
I can see you
just
writing them
going
down.
Remember, listen. So I'm going to do is on the return game, Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown,
Wow.
and pair it with a Dak rushing tutty.
Wow.
Wow.
Does he
You want
rush
me to
like
go
that?
two gauge, or are you ready?
Go ahead, Cole. You
Oh,
just
you
go.
keep go. Go ahead and go, bud.
I want
Go ahead and go.
an Isaiah Likely touchdown. He's had
I love
back-to-back
that.
weeks. Lamar loves
I put him in over in yards and receptions in most of my lays this week.
And then
All right, I'm going.
Hold on,
James.
He's got one more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
Go
that
fuck?
ahead.
makes two, right? I haven't looked at any
Yeah,
props,
two.
so I'm just going off top of the dome. I'm
Okay,
taking Aaron Jones under on rushing yards.
I love that
Panthers
because
just
they do
smashed.
not use him whatsoever. He started the first drive last week with like 30 yards or something. He was running all over him, and they didn't run him since that first drive. It was fucking retarded. I don't know what's going on there, but it pisses me off.
The Panthers started the year awful with run defense in the past couple weeks.
Gager.
I'm gonna go. This is a little bit of a fantasy homer picks, but I do like them because they're hot. They're hot players.
Can I get
Laporta-
an Eckler touchdown?
Nope. Laporta had 2 last week. I'm gonna give him another one this week. He's gonna get in the end zone again. And James Cook had 2, should have had 3. He's gonna make up for that one, and he's gonna get another one. So James Cook and Sam Laporta.
I mean, those are good. I mean, James Cook is kind of turning out to be their fucking guy. They're finally using him like they should. So.
Since Joe Brady came in, they are just fucking using him.
I mean, we've been saying it all year too, why he hasn't been used as much as he should. But anyways, it's getting late. Hopefully you guys like the Dimer lays, the Dimer NBA preview. When we get into more basketball season coming up, we'll get him in probably for March Madness too. We'll probably do a whole segment with him. I don't know if he watches college like that, but I'm sure he does. But we'll get some stuff cooked up for after the football season. But we have to cherish these next couple of weeks coming up. There's not
3
many
more
left.
weeks.
There's not many left. It's
then we
sad.
got
It's
playoffs.
scary, but But yeah, let's cherish what we got. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy the holidays, and we will be back next week. So
Merry
thank
Christmas,
you again,
empty
Cole, for
pockets
sitting
out.
in.
Yep.
Empty Pockets is out.
Pleasure.
Bye.